Alright, hey guys, so I'm back in Poland. I'm back in Canada now. So I'm really tired right now. I just decided to do this video because, yeah. So I'm going to be reacting to 3 creepy true hiking horror stories by Mr. Nightmare. There's 3 videos that I missed, including this one. So I'm going to react to this one, then the other 2. No promises when, but I'll try to do them as soon as possible because I'm also trying to edit my Poland videos, which, just telling you guys right now, I recorded a lot. It's not necessarily a vlog, as you'll see in the title, and I want to add subtitles, but it's so much work and I'm so tired and I just do not want to do that. So I'm just so lazy when it comes to that right now, so yeah. But hopefully no one comes upstairs because everyone's downstairs right now, but hopefully no one comes, what the hell? Hopefully no one comes upstairs and bugs me or whatever. But yeah, so 3 creepy true hiking stories. Let's do it. I really missed these videos. Like, I had Wi-Fi in Poland, and I was looking. I was like, I want to react to this so bad. So now I can. Let's go.
I once took a trek on the Appalachian Trail in Pennsylvania, which is the longest hiking-only trail in the world. I went it alone just for fun. I went late in the fall though, so it was cold and there weren't many other people hiking. In fact, I think I only ran into like 2 other people going the opposite way. The part of the trail I was on was in thick forest, and it was definitely a scenic walk. The trail ran alongside a small river, and nothing could be heard but the sound of the flowing river and the early morning birds chirping. It was time for me to sit down and take a break, so I found a big rock sitting aside the river and sat down on it. I took a sip of my Gatorade, and then I could swear I was hearing a baby's cries coming from the distance. It was coming from further down the trail in the direction I was walking. Of course, I had to get up and follow the sound of it, because of that off chance that a baby was stranded in the woods alone.
True.
As I walked further down the trail though, it seemed like the baby's cries stayed the same distance away. This went on for like half a minute of walking fast before I gave up, and assumed it was somebody with a baby walking down the trail. I sat down on another rock I found on the side of the trail by the river. Eventually the crying seemed to just stop. Like, it didn't fade away really, it just stopped abruptly.
Get out.
I sat on that rock for 5 minutes, just taking in the nature and taking a few videos on my phone. That's when I heard footsteps approaching nearby. Expecting to see another hiker walking the trail, I saw some frantic-looking woman hurrying over to me. She came so fast and so close that it actually scared me. She stopped uncomfortably close to my face and started screaming at me, "Have you seen my baby?" I calmly told her I heard a baby crying not too long ago, and told her to follow me. We walked quickly down the trail in the direction I was chasing the sounds of the baby earlier.
Alright.
I looked back every few seconds to make sure she was keeping up with me. Eventually I summed up the nerve to ask her how on earth she lost her baby, but she didn't answer. So I turned around again and stopped when I saw she was gone. And the weird thing, she was right on my tail just 10 seconds ago. I screamed out for her a few times, but the only sounds around me were the sounds of the birds chirping and the river.
That's so creepy.
I figured even if she trailed off away from me, I would at least still be able to see her in the distance. I stood there for a long time deciding what to do next. Just move on with my life and continue the trail, or walk back and try to find this woman. I did one more quick 180-degree scan of the area we just came from, and what I saw next may not sound very disturbing, but it was disturbing to me in that very spot. I saw the woman standing across the river, arms hanging lifelessly at her sides, and she was looking at me, not saying anything, not moving a muscle, blank expression, just standing like a statue watching me. I had made up my decision right there, and that was to move the hell on with my life right there. I walked as fast as I could away from there until my calves hurt from walking so fast for so long. Eventually I made it back to my car after looping around another trail. I cut the hike short after what happened. I was truly unsettled by it and even started to question my sanity. Like, did that actually even happen? It seemed so unreal, and yet at the same time, it felt real in the sense that I lived it. I just want to know if anyone else who hiked the Appalachian Trail had any kind of freakish experiences like this.
Yeah, I'm dead tired, that's why I'm not really saying much, but like, that's really creepy. I wouldn't even, like, somewhere alone in like a forest, first of all, no, like, even in the daytime, no.
I have a preserve by my house since we live in a highly populated suburban area and there isn't much green. It's a huge preserve with miles and miles worth of biking and hiking trails. So long story short, one night in 2016 at like 11 at night, I decided to go for a run. I'm weird in the sense that I like to avoid people when I go for
11
runs.
at night.
That's just how I am.
Red flag number 1.
I held my phone with a tight grip with the flashlight on and started my run at the edge of the preserve onto the dirt hiking trail. I felt I had more energy running at night too. It was weird, I don't know how to describe it. There were no lights at all, it was all just nature. There was also a dead body that came up in the previous week in the preserve, but I didn't really let that concern me too much since I live in one of the safest neighborhoods in the state.
My gosh.
It was also a weeknight, so there was literally no one else in this preserve but me.
That's even
Well,
creepier.
that's
No one's
at
there.
least what I thought. I got tired after about 10 minutes of running. Yeah, I used to be out of shape. I had to catch my breath, so the first bench I found, I sat down on. I have to admit, it was creepy as hell being in a pitch black preserve like that all alone.
Yeah.
It feels the same as being alone in the middle of a forest. There were
Don't
weird
do it.
sounds coming from all around, and to be quite honest with you, it was scaring me.
Well,
Of course, most of them were animals, so when I heard leaves and sticks crunching nearby, I assumed it was a raccoon or fox or something. But anyone's worst nightmare came true when I noticed something tall hiding behind one of the trees. I
Here we
couldn't
go.
quite tell what it was because an iPhone's flashlight is only so bright. I stood up and walked a little closer, and I was kind of doing a crouch walk because for some reason I thought that would make me more low-key. I got close enough to where I saw a hand wrapped around one of the trees. The hand was in a white glove though. I felt like my heart sank. Like I was suddenly in a life or death situation before I could even see who was behind that tree.
So creepy.
Then they finally decided to reveal themselves. Someone dressed as a clown stepped into the range of my flashlight. I wanted to wait until now to mention this was back during the clown epidemic in 2016.
Oh no.
From what I could see in the little light I had, this person went all out with his clown costume. From the makeup right down to the clown shoes. The most disturbing part was the bat with a large foot-long spike wedged through it that he was holding. His head was angled down to give a more menacing, terrifying look,
No, I don't want
and
to
he
see
walked
that.
very slowly towards me. I had only one option, and that was to run as fast as I could,
Get the
even
fuck out
though
of
I
there.
was already so tired.
I'm tired.
I didn't run on the trail. Instead, I ran into the woods until I felt like I was going to puke. Then I shut off the flashlight and crouched down behind a tree. I heard running zoom past me maybe 10 feet away. When the footsteps faded away into the distance, I ran back to the trail and ran all the way back the way I came.
Good.
And I actually puked by the time I made it to the street just from running so much. I didn't mention it before, but everyone figured that the dead body found the week before was linked to the clown epidemic. It should go without saying I stayed away from the preserve for a while, and I definitely never went in there past dark ever again.
Like, don't go alone at night. Don't go at night at all, even. It's safer to just don't go anywhere, bruh. Last story, because I'm good, because I'm dead. Like, I want to sleep, but I can't sleep. I tried sleeping before.
I went on a solo camping trip to the woods a few miles from my house.
Okay.
After setting up camp and eating, I took a half-hour nap in my tent and went for a hike.
I want to take a nap.
It was a normal hike in a rather quiet forest, until I thought I could hear footsteps nearby. I could have just chalked them up to being the footsteps of an animal,
An animal.
but they kind of sounded human-like, if that makes sense. Considering how deep into the woods I was, and how far from any real urbanization I was, it would definitely be odd to cross paths with another person there. I didn't go looking around for anyone though, I just continued with my hike.
Yeah, you're not going to be like...
When I got back to my tent, the first thing that I noticed was that the zipper to my tent was undone, and the door flap was open. Right away, my heart was racing at the thought of someone having been in my tent. I checked to make sure that nobody was still in there first, and then went inside to see that my bag had been gone through. Surprisingly, nothing was taken though. I contemplated packing up and moving spots,
Do it.
but I figured it was pointless. Whoever came already scoped out the place and left, therefore they wouldn't have a reason to come back.
Or would they?
Fast forward to that night when I finally got in my tent to go to sleep. A few minutes after getting in my sleeping bag, I heard a noise. The first time I heard it, I had no idea what it could be, but the second time I heard it, it sounded like a staticky breathing sound. I sat up and looked around my tent, and at that point it went silent. So after sitting up with my heart racing for a decent while, I laid back down and tried to move past it. But after not even having my eyes closed for 10 seconds, I heard it again. Some kind of grainy, staticky breathing noise. I started digging through my bag and found something I knew for certain I didn't bring with me. I pulled out a huge, archaic-looking walkie-talkie type thing, and the static was emanating from that. I instantly associated it with the footsteps and whoever searched my tent. But all I was thinking was, why would they put that there? Just then the static stopped and there was a breathing sound once more coming from the big walkie-talkie type thing. And then in a deep, almost unintelligible whisper, I heard the words, "I'm outside your tent." It's crazy how in just a couple seconds your whole world can change, and how your whole body can become overcome with fear. I frantically pressed buttons on the oversized walkie-talkie until it finally seemed to turn off. Then, I heard something hit the ground outside, something heavy. I had a choice. Do I stand ground and protect my belongings and myself, or do I make a straight dash for the pickup truck? When I heard something else hit the ground right outside the tent, I chose the latter and made a run for my pickup. I left behind my tent, my sleeping bag, and other equipment, but in reality none of that stuff really mattered when my life was potentially on the line. For all I know, it was some kind of trap to just get me to leave all my stuff behind for them to take.
Not so true.
Or it could have genuinely been someone who intended on harming me.
Oh, is it? Okay. Okay, well, let me just start off with again. I'm dead tired. I barely remember the first story now. I barely remember the first story. Well, what was the first? The baby crying. That's really creepy. The second one, I forgot the second one. Okay, anyway, yes, they were all basically really scary. Sorry, I'm just like really out of it right now. Like even just seeing that clown, and then it made me want to look behind me. By the way, I am in my sister's room. This is not my room. This room's like pink. This is my, like my sister moved out already, but like I don't. This is no one's room right now. But it's like her stuff's still here a little bit. So I'm so dead. Like I tried sleeping before, but I can't. Like I cannot sleep. I don't know why I can't sleep. Like I was trying to. Like I take melatonin. It's the jet lag. I'm just so fucked up right now. Like I'm just generally so like fucked up right now. Like I was like almost like falling asleep during this video, but then when I try to fall asleep in the bed, I can't. Anyway, way off topic. You guys don't care about that. So basically, yeah, that's really creepy. Just don't go out at night alone. Do not go hiking. Just don't go alone. Number one. Do not go at night. Number two. Just don't do it. That's it. Like, I don't like camping. I never did like camping because I always kind of thought at nighttime in the middle of the forest, hell no. Like, I barely want to be in the forest in the middle of the day. Like, no. Anyway, my head is just so fucked up. I don't even know what the fuck to think right now. I'm just going to post this whenever. And hopefully soon. And hopefully I go to sleep soon. Because it's only 3:10 here. But in Poland it's 9 right now p.m. So I'm used to it being nighttime, but here it's afternoon, so I cannot wait another 6 hours before I go to bed. Like, bro, I want to sleep now, but I can't. Like, ugh, I hate my life right now. I hate traveling. Okay, anyway, I will post more videos soon. I just gotta get not fucked up for once. And just for you guys, I did this video while being fucked up because, yeah, I want to get a video out. I missed posting so much, so just gonna get this out there. So, a good video, just scary. Do not hike on your own. Do not hike at nighttime. All I really gotta say. Now, I'm out, okay? Okay, I'm gonna try to sleep, and that's it. Okay, bye, bitches. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.